Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Young, and I just want to discuss the reason why I feel like Kamala Harris, the presumptive vice president pick, is the perfect choice. Not only perfect, but the right choice in this environment and in this upcoming historic election. I do want to point out that there is, however, a good portion of people, a good portion of the public who um, sort of don't think that Kamala Harris is the right choice or the right pick for the vice president seat. And they base that judgment off of her past, I guess, record of when she was attorney general, district attorney, and a prosecutor. They refer back to her I guess some facts and also accusations saying that she didn't use her power enough to help create a more, I guess, just system. There have been reports that people who have been sentenced wrong or who are just totally innocent, and there's reports that she couldn't do all that she could to I guess resound or fix this situation. That is bad. That's obviously messy, and that does not look good. But I'm gonna go back to the whole her being district attorney, attorney general, in a little bit. But that does, that's unfortunate, and I think it's easy for me to say it's unfortunate because I'm not the one directly affected. But it is. I don't know how to say it. Her title is a prosecutor, and I think one thing I want to point out with the people who are, I guess, casting judgment, I guess rightfully so, is that this upcoming election again is historic. It will be a transitional electoral or election year, and the reason why I say transition is because based off the outcome of whoever wins this election will determine how we transition from 2020 to 2021 and so on for the next 4 years. I don't come here to bash any particular person, but we can look at the past 4 years, and I think anyone with the right mind, or not with the right mind, but with the mind and a consciousness, can sort of create a T-chart of the pros and cons, or cons and pros, whatever, of what has happened. Okay, right now, it's the situation we're in right now due to COVID and quarantine. Numerous news outlets, numerous experts have said that we could have been in a better situation right now if our leadership have done a more proactive approach to get seriously when they first heard about it, which reports are saying that our leadership, the person in the high seat within America, knew about it back in December. So I'll let you do with what you want to do with it. Before I did some research on Kamala Harris, I didn't know that she had a book out there called Smart on Crime, and I think it says something to her character, that she had this book out that again was based off initiating change, initiating a trajectory to I guess move against the whole narrative of the 1980s and 1990s of harsh punishment and long sentencing is good for the community. There's numerous stats out there and numbers, and journals and articles, so much out there that points against that war on crime method. It has not worked. It has riddled communities, specifically people of color communities and black communities, taking fathers out of the home. So even though there's facts out there that does clearly state that she has done, some questionable things or questionable decisions, and she could have been more proactive, I think for her to take out much of her time, creating a book is not easy. You don't create a book overnight. So this took dedication, and I think time is actually more precious than money. I just want to list some of the pros about Miss Kamala Harris. Again, our presumptive vice president. She's the first black woman and first South Asian woman to be on a major party ticket as vice president. So even right there with that knowledge there, I think again with the whole theme of this upcoming election being historic, and I'm adding the word transitional, is because it adds to the American dream. America is a melting pot. I think we've all heard that term. And America is not just one color, it's not just one race, it's not just one look. And for her to be the first Black and first Asian woman, that's three minorities, vice president. I think that's beautiful, and I think it's a good fit. So I think the fact that she was a prosecutor, district attorney, and attorney general, I think it shows that her range of skill, her toolbox, I guess, shall I say, of her attributes in her character, her skill asset or her skill sets, and I think that makes her well equipped for a vice president role to be the well, I guess not second hand man, but the second hand woman. The person that the president will refer to through all sorts of situations and questions and critique. I'm sure as a vice president, she's going to have so many opportunities talking to international entities, governmental entities and agencies, and I don't know. It makes sense. It's she has put her time in. The current person in our White House, doesn't really have that much experience when it comes to law and oversight. Other than just being rich. So I think that helps her out. And this particular one thing that I found also during my research was as Attorney General, when California was offered $4 billion in a national mortgage settlement over the foreclosure crisis, Miss Harris, Kamala Harris, fought for a larger amount. So because she had grit, stamina, and assuming good negotiation power, she instead of settling for the $4 billion that she was offered, or that the state of California was offered, she, I guess, came left the negotiation with $20 billion for the state of California, which she represents. So that, I think, is something to look for or to respect and look at. Another thing that Kamala Harris created was a thing called Open Justice. I was going to read it from my notes here. She created Open Justice, an online platform to make criminal justice data available to the public. The database helped improve police accountability by collecting info on the number of death and inquiries of those in police custody. So again, that shows that's proof that she's not on the police side. She's not on anyone's side. She's on the side of equality and true, fair justice. And I think to take that initiative and create a program like our database, it proves that she's like, look, I don't want no coverings. I want it open, for the public to look into, how many deaths, how many reports have this particular police officer has got. So that way there's a sense of accountability, and that way in the future, if a cop is ever reprimanded or accused of something, they can go to a database and look, you do have a history of harsh dealings or cruel mishaps. So I thought that was important to state. I was getting on watching the I guess the first, what do you call it? The first Democrat National Convention. So former First Lady Michelle Obama, she spoke. She did incredibly well. I agree with everything she said. If you haven't watched it, you can easily YouTube it. That's where I saw her speech. I'm excited, and I think, what side of history do you want to be on? Again, I can't stress enough, this is historic, okay? These past 4 years, I'm not here to bash anyone, but I think if your eyes were open, if your ears were open, and you've been living and aware these past 4 years, especially with this year, 2020, with the corona, quarantine, I think with good sound judgment, you would know who to vote for. I am all for Joe Biden, and again, Kamala Harris. Again, Miss Kamala Harris obviously doesn't have a perfectly clean track record. No one does. You know, I probably said in the intro that she's a perfect candidate. Obviously, you know, use that word lightly. There's no one who's perfect. But I think, or when I watched the Democrat National Convention, the first one tonight earlier, former First Lady Michelle Obama said that Joe Biden is the right candidate, the right person to be in the House. And I think that is a much more precise and poignant word to use, right. Not perfect, but right, because no one's perfect. So I think that's the same type of headspace that we all need to look at Kamala Harris for. I do think she is the right person to be vice president. Joe Biden did extremely well in picking her to be, I guess not first-hand man, but first-hand woman, you know? So that's all I have for you guys for this video. Please like and subscribe. Again, my name is Taylor Young, and this is my first video, or second video, but it's among my first videos that I have uploaded here on YouTube. But I do plan to upload more videos weekly, every Sunday. Every video would not be about politics. I'm actually more of a person who like trivial topics, you know, random things, random tidbits. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave your comments. I am not a political expert by any means. But I'm open. I know what I feel. I know what I see out there in the world. You know, we all are on social media, and I love the news. And you don't need to be a political expert to, in my opinion, to make a good, sound judgment. That's all I have for you guys. All right. See ya.